Fun fact, when I was a teenager, I remember I was sent a knitting kit, and long story short, I never learned how to knit. Hello, my name is Sid, and as you can tell by the title, we are going to be talking about crocheting. So I have been crocheting since January, like literally the first week of January of this year. Crocheting has been a very therapeutic activity for me. I got into crocheting mainly because I was just seeing different people on social media showing off their projects, and it seemed like something that, was in my wheelhouse, like something that wasn't too hard to do. Fun fact, when I was a teenager, I remember I was sent a knitting kit, and long story short, I never learned how to knit. I didn't just right off the bat just start like making all different types of projects when I started crocheting. I definitely had to really take my time to learn all of the different stitches and techniques and stuff when it comes to crocheting, and I don't plan on making like a crochet tutorial because I feel like there are a million other tutorial videos on how to crochet that can probably explain how to do it way better than I can. I'm just going to be showing off all the things that I've made. If you want to know why I've been gone for so long, this is it. So the first things that I started making when I was learning how to crochet was actually beanies. I have made so many beanies. Beanies was like the first thing that I started making, mainly because, it was winter and I wanted to learn how to make something that I could actually wear. And once I started getting the knack of like how to make enough beanies, I immediately decided that I wanted to start selling beanies. And shameless plug, I do have a Depop where I sell all of my beanies. I personally think that they're pretty good quality, and I have put in a lot of love and a lot of work into making them. So even though it is spring now, and it's starting to get a lot warmer outside, if you are interested in purchasing a beanie, you can do so at my Depop. I will have that linked below in the description. Okay, outside of beanies, I have also been making just various different like type of tops, and I have made everything from like bikini tops, ponchos, shrugs. Another thing that I have made is a maxi skirt, and this is probably one of the more intense projects that I've worked on, mainly because it's taken up so much yarn. And I think it took me roughly like a couple of weeks to complete it, which I definitely, think it was worth it because it came out so cute. I have also made a bunch of purses. I actually have 3 purses that are featured on my Depop right now, and I will be including pictures of them on the screen. And yeah, the type of yarn that I used to make those purses probably has to be my favorite yarn that I've used so far. I'll link all of the yarn that I use in the description as well, but the thing with yarn is that there are different types of sizes, and for these purses I used a size 5 or weight 5 type yarn, which is like a more bulkier type of yarn, and just with like the quality of the yarn, I feel like it's the perfect, type of material for the bags because it's very sturdy. I have dabbled a little bit into amigurumi. I never know if I'm actually saying that term correctly, but it's essentially when you create things that are supposed to be like stuffed, so like stuffed animals, dolls. So far, the only thing that I've made that I'm actually proud of is this little Among Us character. I thought that, that this was pretty cute. That's probably the only thing that I have made so far. And then probably my second favorite thing that I've made so far is this tote bag. This is considered a granny square tote, which, if you know, for those who don't know what a granny square is, it's essentially just like a type of pattern where you just create like a giant square. That's about the bulk of everything that I have created so far. Some things that I do want to start getting into is like tapestry crochet, especially for my room, because I have blank white walls that I'm starting to like add stuff onto, but I definitely want to get to a place where I can, you know, just like make anything with crochet. I think it's safe to say that crochet has definitely taken over my life and it has really provided a way for me to be creative, and has also provided a way for me to de-stress and to just like keep my hands busy. I think as someone who struggles with both anxiety and depression, I'm always looking for some form of stimulation, and I'm always looking for some means of like, you know, keeping my mind busy and giving myself, you know, a way to, I guess, not be still for too long. So crocheting has really been a lifesaver for these past 3 or 4 months now. And yeah, I mean, if I could provide like any tips or any advice of people who would like to start crocheting, I would say the biggest thing is patience. When I first started crocheting, it did take me like a while to figure out like how to get my tension right, to figure out, you know, what kind of yarn actually is like worth using. When I first started crocheting, I didn't know anything about like where to buy yarn or like what type of yarn I should be using. The first type of yarn that I bought was from Walmart for like $2, you know, a skein, like. And since then I've upgraded. Shout out to Hobby Lobby, shout out to JOANN. I think starting off with following like video tutorials has definitely like been the way that I've learned, but I have gotten to a place where I am starting to follow along like written patterns instead of like watching someone do it in front of me. I would say some of the essentials that you will need when it comes to crocheting is definitely crochet hooks, a pair of scissors, sewing needles to help you sew in all the ends that you'll have when you are making your projects, stitch markers, which are essentially like plastic like paper clips that you use to like mark your place if you are making more of a complex type of project. And that's really it. You really don't need much to start, and then obviously yarn. But yeah, that's all that I gotta say about crocheting. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask me in the comments. And if there are any other crocheters out there who would like to talk about, you know, their experiences with crocheting, I would love to hear it. And yeah, I'm happy to be, you know, back on YouTube, and I am excited to potentially make more crochet type of content in the future. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one.